let's go, let's go.
North America is home to more than 400 theme parks scattered about, and 42 of those belong to two of the most iconic theme parks in the entire industry, Six Flags and Cedar Fair, responsible for amazing parks like Knott's Berry Farm or Six Flags Fiesta Texas. These past few months, they sealed the deal to get two of these major companies and merge to create one. And while we only speculated how it would be like, these past few weeks, the merger has now taken full effect, including a huge change that might just be one of the best decisions any of these parks created. But before we talk about it, if you're new here, welcome to the channel for all those thrill seekers. On JB Thrills, we make all sorts of content related to theme parks and thrill rides no matter where they're located. And if you're specifically a Texas enthusiast, this is your #1 source of all Texas theme park news. If you're interested, be sure to like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell to know when new videos come out on my channel, which can also help me on my road to 10,000 subscribers. But without further ado, let's get into today's video. When everyone found out that Six Flags and Cedar Fair were merging to create one giant company, we all were in shock, and essentially anyone that knew about the theme park industry was covering this historical merger and making predictions about how it would be like. But this week, the newly merged company has finally started putting things into motion, starting off by now branding all the parks as Six Flags Parks. But to avoid confusion, the actual theme park names themselves are not changing. For example, Knott's Berry Farm will not be Six Flags Knott's Berry Farm. The park will remain the same name under the new Six Flags Entertainment Corporation. And if you've been on Instagram, you might notice a lot of videos, especially from the Cedar Fair parks, showcasing the brand new logo of the new company. The same will also apply for Six Flags parks, and simply put, Six Flags is just putting their name on everything, but Cedar Fair is handling the business side of things. They're the ones that will be responsible for the quality of the new parks going forward. In fact, over the course of these few weeks, lots of parks guests have spotted the new corporate team walking around different parks and basically doing some inspections to see on what to improve. And the new company has also hired new leadership that will help in certain aspects of each of the theme parks, including dining. But with all this out of the way, this is the most breaking news and the most exciting thing that has come from this merger: the debut of an all-new season pass that'll give you access from Six Flags to Cedar Fair parks, all included. Every coaster enthusiast, consistent theme park goer, or roller coaster content creator has been wanting this for the longest time, and now it's here, and can help you save a lot of money instead of paying for separate season passes for separate chains. So the question is, how does it work? How much will it cost? And what's so special about it? Well, obviously we're going to break it down, but first we need to talk about the pass itself and what it offers. While the pass itself is called the All Park Passport, it isn't necessarily all parks. Let me explain. If you buy this brand new season pass from a Cedar Fair park, it will include all the Cedar Fair parks with an added on limited number of Six Flags parks called Legacy Parks. From Cedar Fair's side, the parks that are offered in the Six Flags chain is Six Flags Magic Mountain, Six Flags Great Adventure, Six Flags Great America, Six Flags Over Texas, Six Flags Over Georgia, and Six Flags Fiesta Texas. They're not every park in the Six Flags chain. Now if you buy this brand new pass in the Six Flags chain, you get all the parks in the Six Flags chain with a limited number of Cedar Fair parks, which is the Cedar Fair Legacy Parks, including Cedar Point, Canada's Wonderland, Kings Dominion, Kings Island, Knott's Berry Farm, Carowinds, and Slitterbond. Again, not all the Cedar Fair parks. Now while many will be upset by this and not want to buy the pass, let me tell you why this is a good idea. If we're doing a test run with this brand new season pass, it's a really good idea to include the most profitable parks in the chain. They didn't randomly select. These are their top tier parks that could bring in the most money from buying the season pass. In Six Flags terms, while I love Frontier City, it's not the biggest park in the chain and doesn't exactly make a lot of money. So if they only had a limited number of parks they could choose, they wouldn't choose Frontier City, as it's too small. The same for Cedar Fair. You have Valley Fair, a pretty neglected Cedar Fair park that's not really big. So if they only have a few spots to choose, they wouldn't put Valley Fair on the top of the list. Now do I see a loophole around this? Absolutely. While we will get into prices, I do think the Six Flags side has more value to the pass, as Six Flags has more parks than Cedar Fair. And with this All Park Passport, you'll actually get to visit more parks on the Six Flags side rather than Cedar Fair. And of course, this could be different for everyone. For me, I live in Texas, so really barely any Cedar Fair parks besides Slitterbond. And because I live the closest to a Six Flags park, when this brand new pass is offered, I'll buy it at my home park rather than Cedar Fair. And the same probably will apply for someone that lives near Cedar Fair parks. If you live in Ohio and your home park is Cedar Point, then buy the pass there. But for those living near Six Flags parks, even though we don't know the price yet, I would probably recommend you get it from there first as it'll give you more. But since we're on the topic of pricing, let's talk about the prices. As of now, Six Flags nor Cedar Fair have announced the prices of their new pass, but one could make a prediction based on the previous prices going on right now in the chain. For example, for Cedar Fair, their top pass, the Prestige Pass, is starting at $375, and their current all-park passport costs an additional $130. For Six Flags, it's a little bit different as well as a lot cheaper, as they have their Gold, Platinum, and Diamond memberships, with their Diamond membership allowing access to all their parks and only being $195. Clearly, it's a big gap between Cedar Fair, and while it would be nice that they kept the Six Flags prices, remember Cedar Fair is managing the business side, and it's more than likely Cedar Fair will change the whole Six Flags system and implement theirs. But in the best case scenario they don't, and instead just becomes a separate add-on for each website, kind of like how Six Flags has their dining pass and Cedar Fair has theirs. But for a second, let's assume the worst case scenario, and Cedar Fair becomes the one in charge of the passes overall. The top Prestige Pass that'll help you get the add-on could range from around $180 to $250. It does seem like a lot, but maybe if Cedar Fair gets to keep what Six Flags currently has with their flexible pay, even if we get the max price for the Prestige at $250, broken into monthly payments is only $20 a month, only a little bit more than a typical Spotify premium payment, and this guarantees you can visit all the Six Flags parks and some of the Cedar Fair parks, or vice versa. Now of course you have to add the add-on, which could be between $100 and $150 extra, considering the current Cedar Fair one is about $130 extra. But who knows, with Six Flags combining with them, maybe they keep a little bit of the cheap prices. Only time will tell. Now with prices out of the way, the real question is, why do we need this and why is it so worth it? Well, I'm not gonna lie to you, this pass will not be for everyone. For the typical and average theme park goer, this pass is a pass. They won't be needing to spend almost $250 on one person when they only visit the park almost twice a year. Instead, what this pass is really made for is the people who love to travel, visit theme parks really often, and obviously the coaster enthusiasts / content creators. More consistent theme park goers will be the ones who want to buy this pass, especially if they make a lot of trips to different theme parks across the year. I also include content creators because if they specifically center around travel or theme parks, it's highly necessary and will save a lot of money for them to get this pass instead of individually buying different season passes. I also know a few families who love theme parks and will probably want this too, so we'll lump them in the bunch. But basically this top pass is for the true theme park lovers who know they're going to visit theme parks more than 10 times a year. And not only that, but travel to different ones. The reason why it's so worth it is simply put, it'll save a lot of money. Even if it's $250, making you pay $20 a month, $20 a month to visit any theme park in the United States, including Six Flags and Cedar Fair, that's a steal. It'll remove the extra hassle of balancing 2 season passes and paying different memberships, making it simpler by just being one. When this merger happened, it was the first thing everyone was thinking of, because now they're under one chain, so it only makes sense to have a chain-wide season pass. Now could they have made it cheaper? Maybe, but we don't even know the confirmed price yet. And remember, this isn't Disney. The prices will be pretty average, and if they're a little bit high, it's high in terms of Six Flags and Cedar Fair prices, and again offer a lot more. You're probably still paying a lot cheaper than Disney, and you get to visit more parks than just visiting Disneyland alone. So this leaves the final question. When this pass comes out, should you buy it? Well again, it's too early to tell, but if you know that you visit theme parks a lot, and I'm talking more than 10 times, as well as out-of-state trips to different theme parks, this could be the pass for you. It'll save you a lot of money in trips, and will offer a lot more to do. Not to mention, it also might make your trips itself a lot cheaper. For example, if you live in California, this might be the pass for you. You have Magic Mountain and Discovery Kingdom right there in the same state, as well as Knott's Berry Farm. Yes, California's Great America is not included, but again, Knott's Berry Farm. You'll be able to visit any of these 3 parks, no problem, making your summer vacation plans driving distance. And the same for here in Texas. We got Over Texas, Fiesta Texas, and Slitterbond in the middle. Trips will become a lot easier now. Overall, I'm pretty excited about what's next to come for Six Flags and Cedar Fair. A pass like this is great, and if it all turns out well, it could really help out both these chains. But to close, this is the all-park passport, and it will be debuting in 2025 when you buy your 2025 season passes, whether it's from Six Flags or Cedar Fair. I'm predicting that very soon, they'll announce the official prices for them, and we'll keep you updated on all of that. Regardless, what do you think? Will this pass be good for Six Flags and Cedar Fair? And is it worth it? Comment down below. Anyways, thank you for watching, and this is JB Thrills signing out.